Respecting norms puts you at a disadvantage. Merit is perverted in favor of mediocrity. All that have kept us away from the natural greatness we're entitled to. So when the president talks about the rule of law, he's not talking rocket science. He's saying, take Nigeria back to the more orderly society it used to be 40, 50 years ago. When if you as government said this is what you want done, you knew it was going to be done because there were going to be consequences. What has happened, and we're making no excuses, is that where the civil war, like all civil war, tore our social fabric, made meritocratic culture a casualty of the civil war. And also the long period of military rule, a rule that we could have been compensated, denial of liberties could have been compensated by the entrenchment of infrastructure, which was what happened in other militarized societies like Indonesia, South Korea, and Chile, and even Brazil. They too went through military regimes as we did. But in our own case, what happened was a visionless military cabal that did not design, even if it was going to cost us our civil liberties, did not design the Nigerian project in terms of mobilizing the resources to create the infrastructure for which we could have forgiven them, whatever may have been human rights infractions. But we don't want to rest those excuses. But we just thought there was need to refer, it doesn't matter whether you are my traditional ruler, that he has promised to do. We need them to be able to be a modern state, to galvanize for development. The President Yar'Adua I know is the president for whom his strongest legacy will be some other kind of infrastructure, what I call the ethical infrastructure. Because at the end of the day, great nations like Canada were made great, not just because of their beautiful buildings and the highways and the railways. They were made great because first they got it right at the level of ethical infrastructure. And because they got it right there, other things were able to follow. Let me conclude by thanking you for your time, for your availability, for keeping faith with us, for realizing that when you criticize us, especially when you do it with understanding, you are not offending us. Criticism, as Adlai Stevenson once said, is indeed a higher patriotism. But as Pastor Collins Babalola has just said, do it with love, do it with understanding, do it in a way not to demoralize, do it in a way that acknowledges that not every politician in Nigeria is a thief. Do it in a way that will show that not every politician is there to line up his ethnic companions for the highest office in the land. Do it knowing that those who will fix Nigeria are not going to come from Mars or Jupiter. They are going to be Nigerians. And that we have to make use of what we have today to get to where we want to go. And that it can be done. And because we believe it can be done, it will be done. God bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency.